Hey, welcome. If you are interested in manifesting with more ease and energy and less effort, you're in the right place. You are in the right place. Hey, it's Nicole, the Energy Alchemist, and I want to talk everything energy with you. But for the moment, let me make sure that we have sound. Sometimes I forget to check the things. Let's see here. We got audio. Yes, we're working. Okay, good. So I always get questions and I've had a lot of conversations over the years about energy, manifesting. How do I manifest faster? How can I manifest what I want? How come what I want is not manifesting? If you thought any of those things, by the way, you can also drop your questions live in the chat if you are here live. And I love to answer questions because that makes it more of a conversation than me just chatting away at you. But let's get back to the questions. How do you manifest faster? Is manifesting a real thing? I do get that once in a while, manifesting with the eye roll, like, oh, manifesting. Is that even real? You have to work for what you want. You can't just manifest it. Yeah, except yes and yes, you can actually manifest what you want. It is a real thing. How do you think we create what we want? Just poof? Just hard work. You have to work for it. And my sunshine is flickering on the side here, so that's what that looks like. You do have to work for what you want. Of course, there is. Instead of effort, though, as in you're slaving away, you're working your tail off, you're doing all the things, but what you want is not showing up. No matter what you try, you just can't seem to get what you want to happen. It is energy. It's not something external. It is internal. It is the energy, the mindset. Mindset impacts energy. Everything impacts energy, except the thing is you get to be in charge of your energy. Your energy is influenced if you allow it to be by other things. But your energy is really entirely up to you. Isn't that a great thing, though? I think that is fantastic because I don't want my energy to be controlled by things around me. Mercury retrograde, people in the nearby, if you're working with coworkers or people that you live with, people that you live with. So yes, our energy can be influenced by external events, external things, news you're reading, the media you're looking at, the things you're soaking up like a sponge in your social media, all of that can influence your energy. But the good news is that it gets to be up to you what you do with that. You get to be in charge. Isn't that amazing? I think that's the most fabulous thing ever is that you get to be in charge with your mood, what you focus on, because here's something that came up in a recent conversation over the weekend. The 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 conversation was around the person saying, I know now. I finally realized that I can manifest what I want. And but I just need to, but I think I need to learn. There's something missing though, because now that I know I can manifest what I want, there's other things that I really want. And so I want to create those. And I said, well, that's the thing. We don't get what we want, we get what we focus on. So you don't get what you want, you get what you focus on. If you, yeah, you're there already, aren't you? If you focus on what you do want, guess what you're going to get? I know. Guess what you're going to get? You're going to get what you want. Isn't that amazing? Now, what's the other side of that? If you focus on what you don't want, if you focus on what's not working, if you focus on what's making you miserable, maybe who is making you miserable, all those external factors, if you're focusing externally on the things that you don't like, you don't want, they're not working for you, and they are shifting and changing your energy, your vibration, how you feel, then guess what? You will get what you don't want. Let's change that, shall we? I think we should change that. By the way, if you're here, say hello and I will get to see that. I have a wonky setup today. So let me get to my comments. There we go. Okay, perfect. So let's focus on what we do want. Yeah. So that we get it faster. Now, how do you get it faster? What do you actually need? Because manifesting is real. You're always manifesting something. Whatever your current life, health, relationships, the way you feel, energy, the career, maybe your career path, maybe that's where you're at, whatever it is. And we don't like this sometimes. I know I didn't used to like, I would never manifest something I don't want. That's crazy. Why would I do that? Why would I manifest something that I don't even like, that isn't working for me? Of course I would not do that to myself, but hi, bubble buster over here. Yeah, you do. And I do too. Yep, that's right. Everything that shows up is stemming from our energy. I know we don't like that, but if we're accountable, hang on. If we're accountable with that, doesn't that also mean that if we change how we show up energetically, that we have control of what we do want and how we get it and how fast we can get it? That's the power right there. So if I'm accountable for my energy and it isn't intentional, we're not waking up. I always say this to my clients and they giggle because coaching can be fun. Yep. And doing the energy work gets to be fun. Yes. I say, I really just don't think you're getting up every day and saying, now, how can I really muck this up for myself? How can I wake up today and just, botch everything? How can I just really mess up my energy so I get everything I don't want? We're not doing it intentionally. We're taught things. We've absorbed things. We're fixating on things that are distracting. We're distracting to not fixate on maybe getting our hopes up. So there are things involved behind the scenes. If I pull the curtain back, let's pull the energy curtain back and take a peek. Haha, guess what I see? We all have them sometimes. Limiting beliefs. We have the light said, I'm not going to work today. Well, that's odd. It'll probably go out again. That's all right. We'll manage. Anyway, I didn't charge my battery, maybe. Anyway, okay, distracted. See, distractions. See, things happen. It's a perfect example. Things happen that we're not expecting, and we go, what just happened? The light goes out, and we're distracted by it. And I'm not even going to mess with it anymore because I'm going to talk to you. Okay. So when things happen in life and we get distracted by them, and then we fixate on it, or something negative happens, we don't like it, or someone says something to us and it activates the yucky inside. You don't like it. Why'd they say that? Why didn't they say this? Why are they always focusing on me? Why can't they? Whatever the distraction is, when those things show up and muck up our energy, it's not us intentionally saying, oh, forget everything I ever wanted. I'm going to focus on what's not working for me so that I get more of what I don't want. We're not doing that intentionally. So, how do you change that? Yes, there's a way to change it. How do you change it so that you really fixate on what is working? You stay in your high vibe zone, you stay dynamic, and you show up in your dynamic state instead of all that messy stuff. How do you do that? It's actually really simple. Ready? Energy skills. Of course. It's not a magic wand. I know. Maybe that would be all right. Not magic wands, but it's actually really a lot more simple than that. It's just learning energy skills. And when you learn energy skills, you understand things like, what am I talking about when I say energy skills? How to course correct instantly, right? How to notice what you notice and adjust. That's what course correcting is. That means something went wah wah, something went wonky, like my light. I could still be talking about the light. Why'd the light go out? Oh, I'll be right back. Let me get another battery. Or I could just stay here with you and be in the zone and talk about energy. So when you learn to course correct on the fly, bam, instantly something goes wonk wonk and you go, I'm not getting pulled into that. I'm staying in my energy. I'm feeling good today. Learning to some mindset work. Mindset work is also an energy skill. Mindset work, this one gets confused a lot. I'll say people will say, "Well, I've been doing mindset work." And I'll say, "Well, great. What do you do? Walk me through your process. How are you doing that?" They go, "Wait, it's a process?" Yeah. I go, I read my affirmations." Great. Okay. So give me an example. Read an affirmation. I say, how does that feel for you? Feels a little far fetched. Sometimes they'll say, my affirmations they feel a little fluffy. I don't know if I believe it when I read it. Okay. So mindset work is actually what you set your mind on. Remember, I said we get what we focus on, not what we want. So if you are reading an affirmation, for example, but you're not believing it, it doesn't feel good for you, it's actually making you feel maybe more distant from what you do want, well, that's the issue. So, mindset work is setting your mind on what you do want to focus on. And if we just choose what we focus on instead of thinking about, am I going to get what I want? Is what I want going to happen? If I if I if I stay positive and I try to force myself to be positive, maybe then I'll get what I want. That's not what I'm talking about. Just focus on what you want to focus on. I want to focus on doing this live stream with you. After this, I'm going to focus on my next activity. And then I'm going to focus on driving because we're staying at a hotel for a couple nights. Eric is working out of town. So I get to have play hotel time and while he works. And so then I'll focus on driving. And then you see, for you, what is it you want to focus on? What do you need to focus on? What feels good? What feels good to focus on? It doesn't actually have to be anything related to what you want to manifest. It's about your energetic state. It's about being in your dynamic state where you feel open and free and fun and you feel good. That's a great state. That's your dynamic state to show up in. And that way, you are attractive for opportunities. You are more open and aware. What does that mean too? So when we say we attract or call in what we want, opportunities, people we need to meet, resources that we need to create, whatever the outcome is that we want and desire. It means if I'm super, my favorite squirrel is sitting out in the tree staring at me. If I want something, but I'm in a funky mood, I just, I don't really feel good today. I'm crabby. I don't, nothing's working. I'm kind of in that funk. Even if someone or something that would help me create the outcome that I want showed up, I probably would not notice, or I would not feel confident enough to pursue it or to engage. I would just be annoyed. If we're in this annoyed state, which my golly, most humans exist in an annoyed state for most of their life. Many humans just live in a constant state of grievances, annoyances. They just are uptight, feeling crappy. They're looking for problems. Now this does not mean that there are not real matters happening emotionally in their life. Some people really do have those things going on, but there are people who just don't even realize how much time in their life they spend just being annoyed. Now, if that's you, don't go, "Oh my god, that's me. That's me. I've been really crabby, been so no," and then start getting annoyed that you're annoyed. Like, don't get annoyed with yourself that you're annoyed that you've been in this cranky kind of state. Just recognize it. Acknowledge it. Say, "Oh, you know what? I do notice. I'm noticing that I notice that I've been cranky. I'm noticing I have been in a funk." That's just your sign to shift. It's not you're not required to beat yourself up about it. In fact, don't. Just skip that. Skip it already. It's really like 2017. to beat yourself up about things. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. It's just really old. We don't need to do it. It's so outdated. It's really it's not even overrated. It's just going to mess up your energy and create delays in what you want to create and manifest. So to show up in your dynamic state, what can I focus on that feels good for me right now? If it, by the way, if you think, "Oh, well, if I focus on what I want, my big goal, my big dream, I focus there, and that makes you feel edgy, I don't know, sad, you're worrying, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I can even have it." Don't focus on that. Do not focus on what you want. I said, "What can you focus on that feels good?" Right? So what can you focus on that feels good? Focus there. That is a superpower. That is, if you, no matter what's going on, I'm going to focus on what feels good. I'm going to focus on what feels good. That helps you stay in your dynamic state. And then, no matter what you're doing in your day, no matter what you're navigating, where you're going, you have a lot more power coming with you than being in that cranky or off state. It's so much harder to navigate life when you're just not in a good place. I mean, that's almost, I don't know, is that common sense? I think it's common sense. Like, yeah, I'm not in a good place. So don't come at me, bro. Like, there's nothing I can help you with right now. I'm trying to get through my own crud. Fact. Okay. When we're in a good mood, we're in a good place. Yeah, life's so good, feels so good, so good. What you got? What you got? Let me help you. Hey, I can help you with that. Yeah, got that. You'll go through your day and people will look at you like, what? What is she on? I want some. And you're like, just my life, just my own energy. I'm just riding high on my own energy. Wow. Is that even possible? Yep. You don't need to take a freaking thing to ride high in life. You want to ride high? Get your energy right because that will solve everything in your life. How do you get your energy right? You change your mindset. You change what you're focused on. You tell yourself what you need to hear. You show up for you, expecting the best to happen, and then you go make it happen. That's how there's just, it's so sad to me that there are so many people just living on, they're taking things to stay high. And it's so possible to just be high on your own energy. Or, oh, I'm too anxious, so I need to take something to take the anxiety away. How about we just look at what in the hell is creating the anxiety for you? Sometimes I have clients, they have anxiety because they're so intuitive. They're so intuitive that they're picking up on other people's energy. They're communicating with spirit, they don't even know it. There's a lot of things that could be happening that are creating that anxious energy. It's all energy. Everything's energy. Anxiety isn't a thing. It's something we feel. It's what we've created to describe how the energy feels when it's chaotic. And when your energy is chaotic, I promise you there's a reason why. And it's not that you're crazy. Nope. It is that you do not have the energy skills in place, and or you also have things in your life, people in your life, circumstances in your life that are not in alignment for you. You don't like it. You don't like it. There's something that you are tolerating that you don't like, and that's what's creating that chaotic vibration we call anxiety. You're not imagining it, you're not crazy, and just taking things for our emotions is the worst thing you can do if you want to manifest what you really want. It's the worst thing you can do. How are you going to navigate emotionally, energetically, if you cannot feel your emotions? If you shut them off or you suppress them, I don't care if you take a pill, if you're smoking weed, whatever you're doing, and you're shoving all those emotions back down into yourself, do you think they just go away? This is why it alters the brain activity, our cognitive function, how we function socially, because you don't know who you are, where you are, what you're doing. But that's all changeable. I think that's awesome. It's all changeable. And I don't sit over here like I haven't experienced certain things. I have. I've lived for most, well, okay, now I can't say most of my life because now I'm more than half past. I'm more than half past. I'm in the afternoon of my life, but in the morning of my life, anxiety? Yeah. Oh, social anxiety? Yeah, I had that too. Nobody knew I had it because I hid it well. I didn't take anything for it, but I cried a lot in private. I went places and made myself do things, thinking and blaming myself. I did the whole shaming, blaming self thing. What's the matter with you? Oh, Nicole, why can't you do like other people? Why aren't you normal like other people? Why do you always have to be this way? I did all of that to myself. So I'm telling you, if you're doing that to yourself, please don't. It's not necessary. It may get you through. It did get me through to do the things that I was nervous and scared to do. Like self-talk, I was hammering myself. You just stop it. You got to do this. Whether I was applying for a promotion, going to play football, going to meet up with friends. I used to be terrified, by the way, to go anywhere by myself. If my friends were meeting, we're all going to hang out as a group, and but I'm going there by myself. That was a hard. It was a hard car ride just to get there because I had to walk. I had to park. I had to walk in by myself. I mean, thinking about it now seems so silly to me because it's not that way. But it's not silly, is it? When you're feeling that way, it's not silly. If you feel that way going somewhere alone, like I said, it was I knew my friends were in there. So why was I getting because I had 0 control of my energy, and I really did not have confidence. People thought that I did because I did things, "I don't know how you do that." And I'd think, "'Cause I'm crazy inside." Might look great on the outside. I was super good at looking like, "I got this" on the outside, but on the inside, I was not. Inside, I was screaming, wailing, "Ah! I don't know how to do this." And anyway, I'd go in and I would have like a raw stomach. My tummy would be all upset. I had so much anxiety. I'd almost be sweating, just terrified. What if I go in? What if they're not there? All these weird things. See, all these weird thoughts were happening in my head. But by the way, if you have weird thoughts happening in your head, it doesn't mean you're weird. It means that you don't have a handle on your thoughts. You're not in charge. There's something, your thoughts are running you instead of you being in charge of what you focus on. So what now, like I said, to talk about that now, gosh, I just don't have that feeling anymore. I just walk in. I joke that it's like I'm in my own little world, and I am. It's a pretty cool world though because there's no anxiety in it. I'm not freaking out in my world, but I was so externally focused. And there was this deep, because I was bullied in my life, there was a deep fear that people are laughing at me. Oh, look at her walking in by herself. Yep. Yep. People out everywhere around the world are just checking me out and saying, and again, I make jokes, but if it's happening to you, that feels so scary and so real because I was bullied. I did have people in my life laugh at me, and it felt real. It felt present. It didn't feel years before in my life. It felt very real. Now I walk in anywhere, go anywhere. I don't have feelings like that. I'm so excited to meet my friends or friend wherever I'm going, whether it's my son, my friends. I'm excited. I can't wait. Where are they? I'm looking. There they are. And I'm usually the ones like, hi, because I'm so excited. By the time I get there, I'm so excited. Really looking forward. I only hang out with people I really look forward to hanging out with. So, makes it really easy. That's also another that's also another thing. Back in the day when I had all that anxiety and social anxiety, I was also hanging out with a lot of people that I didn't really connect with. I They were nice people, but I didn't find the conversations deep enough. I didn't find so going there was sort of a forced thing. I thought it's what this is what I do. I prefer to hang out with people who want to talk about life. Why are we here? What's really good in your world? What are you really enjoying right now? I don't really need to. No, small talk could be shows we're watching, could be Netflix. It's a show on Net. My son and I do that all the time. Hey, are you watching this one? I'm watching this one. And then because we tend to like the same characters and we pick out the same things about the show, which is really fun. Isn't that fun when you're with people you have a connection with? Uh, um, this is what we do here. We go on tangents, and hopefully you're hanging with me because that's how we roll. But my clients go on tangents, or I was like, sorry, I don't know. I know I'm with you. Totally followed you every step of the way. Got you. 100%. Okay. If you talk the language of tangents, you are my people. Okay. Because that's what we do. We talk tangents and we think we just let the story go where it goes, and it always comes back around. It's all right. And if it doesn't, it wasn't meant to. Uh, but to hang out with people and be with people also that you're looking forward to spending time with them, and that's what and you're so present. In the early part of my life, I wasn't present ever because I was so in my head. I was worrying, and what are they did did they think that was funny what I said? Are they laughing at me? Are those people over there? Are they even listening to me? Should I say this now? It was there was a in my head. That's what the anxiety and then my energy would get like, I don't know. Probably people didn't like hanging out with me because I don't know what's with her. She's always so anxious. She's really uptight. And to be really present with whatever you're doing. What a gift. What a gift to give yourself. I have a hair on my eye. What a gift to give yourself to be able to be present in every conversation you're having, to be present even if you're alone, just to be there. The gift is in the present. Get it? It's like here, right now, whatever you're doing right now, to be here instead of thinking ahead all the time. I was also always trying to think ahead. This, by the way, this inability, I want to let's zero in on this for a hot second, because this inability to be present right where you are. If you are always thinking ahead, if you are very distracted by what's going on around you, yes, you can learn the energy skills to stop that. But I want to point out this might have been for you, as it was for me, a survival technique. This was a survival technique. I had to think fast on my feet because, well, one, being bullied all through my early part of my life, grade school, high school, and also being in a household where my mother wasn't up to par, to be a mother. She wasn't up to the task. She was usually in bed, depressed, gone. I was on my own. And even when she was there, I as a middle school, let's see, we had grade school, we had middle school, we had high school, and then I left when I was about 17. So because I was already an adult. I had been an adult my whole life because my mother wasn't doing it. So if you had things like that where you were an adult in a child's body, or you were bullied, or it was a rough household energetically, maybe emotionally, was it angry, was it anxious, was it right? So we learn to be doing this all the time. We're looking around, we're taking it in, we're thinking ahead. What do we need to do? Where do we need to be? Do I need to make a move? Do I need to stay here? That's what, if you struggle to be present, that's what that's all about. It's not just that there's something wrong with your brain. You could have done it out of survival. And when you learn to be safe right here, When you learn to be present, meaning you feel safe in your body, you feel safe in the moment, you feel safe in your life because why? You feel in charge. Ha! Now you're onto something. Now you're not always thoughts all over the place, taking everything in around you. You know how to stay grounded. That's what I help my clients do. That's when I'm working with a client, it's to help them live guided, grounded, and free. Guided, grounded, and free is a beautiful way to live. Am I right? I mean, yeah. Because if you feel all over the place and you're trying to keep yourself safe, whew, that's a lot of work. That's just a lot of work. And the thing is, most likely at this stage in your life, well, now at this stage in your life, wherever that's stemming from, if it's stemming from childhood like it did for me, I didn't have a lot of control. I didn't get to, even though I was playing adult, to try and keep things the way they felt good, or to try to keep things in our home what I thought was normal, the way things were supposed to be. I still didn't have really, and I didn't have any buying power. You know what I mean? As a kid, we just don't have the buying power that we do as an adult. Buying into what you want, buying into the things that are working for you, and saying no to the things you don't want anymore. I'm not buying into that anymore. That's what I'm talking about, your buying power. I'm not buying into that anymore. So as an adult, now you have this beautiful thing, awareness, and you're the decision maker. And it's amazing to me how many women have said to me over the years, "No, I'm not the decision maker in my life." Become one. Become the decision maker in your life. It's literally life changing. You'll change everything, everything without hesitation. When when you're just moving through your life, asking people what you should do, being told what you should or shouldn't do, it's a terrible feeling. You will feel powerless, and then yeah, then really your thoughts are probably always somewhere else. "Oh, I wish I could do that. Oh, look at that. That must be nice." Even women and how they dress, the clothes they wear, they'll say, "Oh, I wish I could wear that. Oh, I just love if I have something on real colorful. Oh, I just love that. I wish I could wear something like that." I'll say, "Why can't you?" "Oh, I couldn't. That's a lot of color. I go, "Well, what do you usually wear?" And they black, brown, navy. Hey, I'm not knocking black, brown, or navy. I have things that are black, brown, and navy too, but I was punch it up with a little something, something. This is about being the decision maker in your life and taking control back. So, if you want to manifest things faster in your life, get a handle on your energy. Get rid of the things that are not working for you. I am a broken record on this topic. Yes, because why? Oh, because it works. That's why. When you get rid of the shit that's not working for you, you'll be amazed at how easy it is to manifest what you do want. When you get better at course correcting as you're navigating and going through your day, you'll be amazed at how fast you create the outcomes that you want compared to how long it used to take. When you get really good at your energy skills and abilities, and you're tuned in, you're dialed in intuitively, you're making those decisions in your favor, and you're in alignment. That's what that is, by the way. You're deciding in your favor, and you're saying no to what does not work for you. That is alignment. And that's where you create the magic. That's when the magic happens for you. It can happen for you, happens for me. This is energy and spiritual laws and physics. I mean, it's it works for everyone. It's not just some people. I did have a client once. She said, "Ah, it sounds good, Nicole." So what's going on? What I'm not feeling the buy-in. Remember the buy-in that I said? I said, "I'm not feeling the buy-in." She said, "I know it sounds so good. I want to believe you, but will it work for me? I've tried so many things." Ah, I said, "Well, right there, you just put a kink in your energy. I've already tried so many things. It probably won't work for me." That's what your energy said. Your words said, "Hopeful, will it work for me?" But what you actually said was, "I don't believe it will work for me because I've tried so many things." There are only a handful of core blocks that people have that you might have that I have to continuously navigate and shift out of, because when our core blocks are at play, that's what's putting the kinks in our manifesting power. It's turning it down, it's turning it off sometimes even. So when you get a handle on your core blocks, like, I don't know what to do, um, I don't know, by the way, that one always, if you say, "I don't know," stop that now. Don't say, "I don't know." As soon as we say, "I don't know," we convince ourselves that, "Oh, yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what I want." That's another one that comes up for clients. "I don't know what I want." So I will say, "Okay, let's play, shall we? If you could have anything that you do want and you can, what does that look like? What does it feel like?" "Oh, I don't know." Oh, so then I have to say, "I know you don't know, but if you did know, what would you say?" And they go, "Oh, well, if I did know," it's crazy how that works. It's pretty sneaky. If I did know, then I would want blah, 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 blah," and they just list off a bunch of things that they said they didn't know. Or a lot of times too, what comes in, they're afraid to say it out loud. Why? I want to get my hopes up. There's another block. I don't want to get my hopes up. I've tried things before. Nothing ever really comes together the way I want it to. I know, because if you do it right, it usually happens better than you thought it would. Yeah, I know. Oh, oh, I didn't even think that was possible. I know, isn't it amazing? Right? So there's some other belief, or they're so used to someone else. As soon as they say what they want, this happens for my clients. Has it ever happened to you? As soon as they say what they do want, someone in their life goes, "That's not possible. How are you going to do that? That's probably not gonna work." Do you know how hard that is? It's crazy. People love to offer why something will not work. Do you have people like that in your life? I've had people like that in my life. I don't listen anymore, or they're just not in my life anymore, quite honestly. But there still are people, and there are people who do that, and they're not always trying to poo on your parade. They are just trying to protect you, so they are saying, maybe you should just be happy with what you have. You should just be grateful. You should be grateful for what you have." Ugh, can't stand that one. Don't tell me I'm not grateful. I am the most grateful person walking the planet, just like you are, you and I. Okay. Gratitude. Yep. Got it. Every day I walk around. I'm so grateful. I get so grateful. It just happened to me today. I was driving back from the store, and this song came on, and I started thinking about all the things I'm so grateful for, and one of the things that I am most grateful for is being me. I want you to be grateful for being who you are. I don't want to be anybody else. I love being me. That wasn't always the case. Morning of my life? No. But I am grateful. So when someone, and remind yourself, if someone ever says that to you because you want something better, if you want to improve something in your life, whether it's a relationship, your circumstances, your health, your fitness, your friendships, if you want to improve something in your life, good on you. Good, because it's available. But if someone then says to you, "You should just be grateful for what you have. Other people have it a lot worse than you do." That is one way to get under my skin, because I am grateful, and I will never settle for whatever's in front of me if I could improve it. Why? Why would I do that? Because I don't believe it's possible. That's why. That's why people settle for something less than what they want. They call it being grateful. But if you're someone who wants to improve something in your life, whatever that is, you go for it because it's available. That's why you want it. You know it could be better. You know it could be healthier, healed. It could be up leveled. It could be upgraded, whatever you want to call it. But don't be like coddled back into place just because someone else doesn't want to go improve something in their life. Don't let them. They have no dominion over your turf. Your life is your turf. You get to decide what you want, how you want it, and how good you want it. And keep going at it. Keep going for it because it is most likely because you are so grateful for what you do have that you want that and even more. And that is a great thing. If we all just settled for the what we have, if we all just, oh, this is good enough. It could be worse. That's a limiting belief. Things could be worse is a fear-based belief. I don't want to go out there and try for something else because I might not get it. I might lose out. So this is good enough for me is your ego's way of saying don't even bother. Just be fine with what you have. And that for me, that lights my fire. That's how I handle that. That lights my fire when someone says, you should just be glad for what you have. You should be grateful for what you have. That makes me say, yeah, I'm gonna go get what I want now. Thank you. Right? It's not against them. It's their belief system. I don't have to buy into it. Remember? Buy-in power. I don't have to buy into that. I get my own belief system. So do you. You have your own belief system and you get to change that paradigm, my friend, anytime you want. If it's not working for you haven't been feeling lit up for life, you haven't been feeling excited and expressing yourself and doing things that light you up and creatively showing up in your life, if that's not there, it's time to change your belief paradigm because there is something that has coddled you into complacency. I refuse to live there. And that annoys people sometimes. Yes. When you become someone who wants the best that you can have in your life, that continues to go for what you do want, you might annoy people around you. They might say, "Oh my god." And they could call it whatever. "Ugh, isn't she ever happy? Isn't she ever satisfied?" Is that they'll try to label something because you're making somewhere in their belief paradigm, you're making them uncomfortable. Should I be doing more? Why is she always doing stuff? I don't do anything like that. Should I be wanting more? Should I be going for this? Should I be improving that? Should I be learning that? It's a comparison thing, and none of it is really on purpose. Well, some people, but mostly it's not. So this is for you to decide. You want to manifest what you want. Energy is the way to do it. And there are energy skills involved. And when you learn those energy skills, when you get them mastered, you will navigate life so differently. Not reactive, not fear-based, not just dealing with, not settling for. Oh my gosh, you will show up lit up, feeling in charge, feeling full of life, and you will be so excited. Everything, here's the way I describe it. When you are in alignment, everything in life is better. Food tastes better. Colors are brighter. Nature looks even more amazing. You start communicating with animals and nature and you're meeting people that you feel like you've known your entire life. Your relationships will evolve. You will meet new people that you're like, "Where have you been all my life?" Your body will transform. Yes, your physiology will change when you get your energy skills and you start mastering your energy, even your health. Yes, your health improves. Your immune system gets stronger. You have more focus. You have more intention. You're present. You're enjoying every moment of your life as if it is the most magical thing, no matter what you're doing. You don't need big fireworks in the sky for your life to feel magical. You're just there. You're just grateful. Yeah, you're grateful for everything. And that's what my mission is, to help you live in that state, guided, grounded, free, because it's beautiful to have that much joy from the simplest things. Now, if you're in a valley right now, because there are valleys in life and there are peaks in life. And my goal is always to I want to get through the valley as fast as possible, but I don't want to skip through things. And our life goes valleys, peaks, valleys, peaks, valleys. It's not always peaks. Peak, 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 peak. You can hit some. You just hop peak to peak to peak, then you'll hit a valley. If you're in a valley right now, it's okay. Don't stay there. Don't set up camp. Don't pitch a tent. Don't be making bonfires and thinking, oh, this is just my life. I'm in the valley. No, valleys are temporary and they're intentional because when you go through that valley, oh, friend, when you hit and you start coming back into the light out of those shadows in that dark valley, oh, it's like you just took your first breath again. It feels amazing. It feels amazing. Everything around you again starts looking more colorful, more bright. It's more possible. You feel possible. You get the shit done you've been sitting on for a while because you want to get to the good stuff. You're fired up, you're aligned, things are coming together. That's the kind of life that I want for you. That's the mission that I'm here. That's my mission work. My mission work is to move people out of the valleys and up to the peaks again, to teach them the skills so that they can navigate those valleys as quickly as possible because I know that they're part of our experience. This isn't to avoid them. If you're living your life trying to avoid going through the valleys, you're missing the whole point. They're part of our experience. They awaken things in you. When you go through a valley, it awakens a new awareness. It brings you closer to whatever your current purpose or mission is. If you need help with that, that's what I'm here for. Whether you want to book a reading or you come to work with me, this is the work that I do to help you retrieve the pieces and the parts of you that have been scattered all through your life. Collect those, they're very important. Collect those energetic fragments, bring them back so that you can manifest with energy rapidly, effortlessly, and it feels simple, easy, and fun. Yeah, because it can feel simple, easy, and fun. That's the way it should be. That's what we're here for. Just to have this amazing experience. We're not really here to stay in suffering. We're here to experience some darkness, shadows, to awaken though the light, to awaken us to say, that does not work for me. That I'm not buying into that. Remember your buying power. Okay. You get to choose what you buy into and what you don't. So, with that, that's a wrap for this week. We'll be back, of course, next Monday. Yay! Doing the same things. Make sure if you're a first time viewer here that you subscribe, stick around, building a community here, a community of just amazing, sensitive, creative souls, modern souls that want we see and hear the noise in the world. We get it. The chaos is there. It's not going away. But you don't have to buy into it. You don't. You can observe it, check, got it. But I'm going to stay in my energy. I'm going to navigate things from here. And to help you do that, that's the work that I do. So again, I'm Nicole, the energy alchemist. This is my jam. Energy is my jam. It's what I do. And I love spending time with you here. And until next time, just remember guided, grounded, free. Yeah, that can be your destiny. You get to design it, my friend. All right. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.